Welcome to Nerdy and Flirty, a podcast designed to help you create a life that you love. It's nerdy with science-backed information, and it's flirty. It's fun, it's quick, it's straight to the point. My name is Cass, and welcome back to the podcast. Today, I have a super special guest on. Me and my mom recorded an entire episode, and we are talking all about her secrets to living a healthy, happy, fulfilling life. My mom is 52. She's a nurse. She has 3 kids. She just bought a condo. Like, she is just the epitome of doing it all in her life. And I think you guys are going to learn a lot from her. I know I look up to her a lot. She has so many things and so many great qualities. And we just had a really nice conversation. She's giving us all the different secrets to living a healthy, positive life in every dimension of wellness. One of my favorite things about my mom is she's not just into physical health. She's into her physical health, but she's also just about social health, spiritual health. She's into everything in every dimension. And I just think you guys are going to really like this. So enjoy, grab your popcorn, and let's get into the episode.
Hello, everyone. My name's Gina. I'm excited to be on this podcast. First time ever. Little anxious about it.
It's going to be good. I'm really excited to have you on today because you are the epitome of having everything together, I would say. Like, you have 3 kids, a full-time job, a house, and you still manage to do all your social life, your hobbies, everything you want to do in the world, your wellness routines. I feel like you just know how to do it all, and that's why I wanted to have you on. Do you want to tell them the news while we're here?
So we purchased a little condo. Yay. We're so happy.
Yeah, we're down in Florida right now.
And we're just so excited that we have the opportunity to do this. And there's friends of ours that have a place here too. And I think it's going to be a great experience, fun times, and we can come here all year round.
Yeah, so we're down here. We're having a lot of fun in Florida. We're setting the place up. It's a really fun time. But I want to jump right into the good stuff. What are some of the biggest lessons you've learned as you've gotten older, or maybe if you have advice for people in their 20s?
Do what your gut is telling you. Listen to your intuition. That is so important. You have to believe in yourself, and you can't listen to others. You have to just believe in yourself and know what you're capable of and go for your dream, whether you think it's silly or not, because that is so important to who you are and what you will become. And you can reach for anything. I wish somebody told me that when I was younger. For instance, my own mother told me I wouldn't be a good nurse, and I've always wanted to be a nurse. And I didn't go to nursing school right away. I went to become a computer programmer back in the 80s, and I hated every minute of it. And then I started working in the ER on the weekends, doing registrar work, sitting at a desk. And I'm like, I hate this. This is not me. I can't do this the rest of my life. And so I became LPN first, because back then the RN schools were so hard to get into. So this older nurse lady in the ER, she told me, Gina, come and go to my school as an LPN. And my God, she was tough as nails, but I learned so much with that woman, and she was hardcore, and I'm so thankful for her today, because she's the one that led me to my wonderful career that I have now. And then I became an RN. I was 26 years old when I finished school.
And you had
my first child. And was married. We had a house and we had a great life. And then I had my next daughter.
Which is me.
Yep, my sunshine. And I was 29 when I had her. And I was going through school. And back then you had to go to college. And I got my bachelor's degree in school nursing because her dad worked shift work. And then I was working shift work in the emergency room and endoscopy. And I was like, no, I want to be a mom first. So what is the best job that I could do and be there for my kids? And I picked school nursing. And a lot of my nursing friends made fun of me that were from the ER and said, oh, you're going to lose your nursing skills. But let me tell you something right now. See, I listened to my intuition, and I have goosebumps right now because it is the best job in the world for me and for my kids. I never missed anything. And then I had a 3rd kid. I was able to stay home every snow day with them, Christmas break, Easter break, summer, and here we are now. And now I'm kid-free, and I'm enjoying my best life ever. I'm so fortunate that I have the greatest life, I feel.
Yeah.
And my job, I love it. It's so rewarding, and I love seeing the students and the staff members. And And my beautiful daughter works with me.
Yeah, if you guys didn't know, I'm a dance teacher at the same school that my mom's the school nurse at. So we hang out every single day. I go in her office for lunch.
Plus, she calls me on her way to work, and then she calls me on her way home from work, like we didn't see each other all day. But I wouldn't give that up for nothing. That's why I'm so happy in my life. My kids are everything. They're number one, and they're all great kids. They don't ask for anything. They all work hard, and I love them to pieces.
Aw, yeah.
And Cassidy got a new car.
Oh,
Looks
yeah.
just like mine.
Oh, yeah. So the other day, it was kind of a spontaneous thing. Literally 2 days ago, before we came to Florida, I bought a car, a Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo. It's all white, black rims. It's so beautiful. I'm so proud of my purchase. But my mom has the same exact car. So
when we pull in the work in September, we're going to be backing in together, we're going to have twinning.
Yeah. They already call me Little Campanella. Yeah, it's going to be exciting. It's cute. I wouldn't trade that either. It's very fun of us.
Mm-hmm.
So going back to listening to your intuition, keep going on that because I think that's really important. And a lot of us get other people's opinions in our heads and then we don't follow what we truly want to do.
Yeah, well, my mom just thought I was a squeamish, quiet little girl and I wouldn't be a good nurse because she thought that I would run away at the sight of blood or vomit, and here, none of that bothers me. I like trauma. I like helping people. I love that. That is my gift inside, I feel. And if I would have listened to her, I wouldn't be where I am today and have this life, I believe. And I have the best life, the best hours.
But becoming a nurse, that was a journey.
Oh, that was hard work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was. And when you work at the hospital, you're working 12-hour shifts, you're working weekends, you're working holidays. It's hard. And people yell at you. Back then, doctors, surgeons were so mean to nurses. Oh my God, there was so many times I had to walk away and I cried multiple times because they were so nasty to you. They just thought they were God. And today's world, it's a little different. I believe and I hope that things have changed in that respect.
But it's still hard. Nurses still get...
Yep. They do it all. Mm-hmm. They do it all. The doctors come in, do the orders, and the nurses are the ones executing it.
So what would you say to a young nurse that's excited to become a nurse? What's your advice?
To try to enjoy every moment of it. You're helping people out there. They need to see a smiling, compassionate person. And if you're not compassionate to these people, then you need to go find something else to do. You got to keep your own problems at home and go to work with a smile on your face. I remember this so like it was yesterday. I was a young nurse in the ER. Some of the nurses were so mean and they would say to me that I smiled too much. And that really bothered me because I feel like you need to give it your all. When you work any job, any career, you should, all right, we all have shit going on, but you got to put that aside and you got to give it your best. And you got to say, you know what? This sick person in this bed right now doesn't need to see my miserable face. They need to see a happy person, and you fake it and you do it and you're there for them. Because a lot of these people, especially the elderly, they don't have family coming in and seeing them. So you got to give it your all.
And that's with any job. We see it all the time just at where we work. Miserable, complaining, just so unhappy. And I get it. We all have stuff going on outside of work, but not only does it make it uncomfortable or unhappy for the people around you, but it also just makes you feel worse if you're constantly showing up to work with a pout on your face. Oh, I hate my job. I hate my life. I'm so miserable. That all just compounds and makes you even more unhappy. And then everyone around you is unhappy. And then you just start to see all the negative all the time. If you change your mindset a little bit and you're like, I'm going to look for the positive in each day, it all gets a little bit better. And if you really try that and you're still super unhappy, it's time to find a new job, time to find a new career, time to switch it around, because how are you going to live your life like that?
Oh, and I've told a couple teachers that are grumpy, and I've said it to their face. Maybe you need to go to a different school district. Maybe you need to go find a different job.
Yeah.
Because our students don't need that. They need your A game. They have their own struggles.
And they're kids. We work in a high school. These high schoolers have so many things going on outside of school. We can all go back to our own high school. Even if you had the best life, there was still so many struggles in that adolescent time period. That's such a hard time period. You don't need someone telling you you're not good enough or having a bad day or being mean to you. Like, it's just, why be like that? You're supposed to help these kids. And if you want to be in a people-facing job like that, like a teacher, a nurse, you got to have those people skills of putting it behind you. Even like waitresses and servers, like that is all, you're in front of people all the time, and it sucks and it's hard and you're going to have bad days. But if you just keep being negative about it, it's going to be way worse.
Yeah.
Right?
Plus you reap what you sow.
Oh, yeah.
And I truly believe in that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've had a few different jobs now, and every single time I start, I'll be smiling, super upbeat, and people say to me, that's going to run out eventually. I remember when I was like that, and I'll tell you what, it's never run out, because every day you show up, no matter what's going on, you have a bad morning, you get in a fight with someone, whatever, you get into work, you turn that off, and you leave it in the car. You leave it outside. You get rid of it.
That is so true. That is so true.
And we
Why
all
be
know,
miserable?
Yeah, and we all know the coworker that's always happy and upbeat. It makes your day better. Like, it's so contagious to be positive, and it's not easy. Like, we have to do our own things to make ourselves become positive again. But okay, that's a good question for you. How do you make yourself stay positive even when you are having a bad day? What do you do?
Oh, well, some days it is a struggle, really. And I just have to talk to myself and just say, Gina, get it together. Everything is going to work out. And you know what? It always does. It does. It works out. And I just talk to myself and, you know what? Listen to something upbeat. I have a half-hour commute, so I always listen to good podcasts, upbeat, make you feel good, or I put on some good music, and that helps me. If I'm stressed out or something, going for a walk really helps me. And just listening to the birds chirp while I'm walking, I won't have anything in my ears. And I just did that the other day, and I felt like $1 million when I got back. I was like, just let everything go. It's all going to work out, and felt so much better.
Yeah, you walk a lot, and I want everyone to know about it. So tell us about your morning routine, your after work routine. Tell us about all of that, because there's a ton of walking in there, and you've even started rucking. So let's hear about it.
So the first thing I do in the morning, get up. Make the bed.
Do you snooze the alarm?
Sometimes, but most of the time I do get up, because if I have to go to work in the morning, I am very limited on time. So I have like an hour to get ready, to get everything done in the morning before I go to work. So first thing I do is make the bed, jump in the shower, put moisturizer on my face, lotion my body, take my supplements, brush my teeth, obviously. Hopefully we all do that. And get dressed, go downstairs, put the coffee pot on. If Mike gets up before me, he always has the coffee ready for me because he's sweet like that.
Aww.
And pack my lunch up because I always get that ready the night before. And
you pack Matt's up, right?
And I pack
my little
Matt's
brother
up. And because he works hard, so I want to make sure that kid eats, and I make him meatball sandwiches, 2 of them. Every morning, and I make him an egg protein sandwich for breakfast, and I put his supplements out because I want him to stay healthy. And what else do I do? Sometimes I pack Mike's lunch, but most of the time he does his own thing. And the dishes, I have to make sure everything's cleaned up in the kitchen before I leave. So either Mike will do it or I'll do it. I put a load of laundry in the washer because I can't stand a full hamper.
Oh, if you ever come to my house, you put a t-shirt in the hamper, an hour later it's clean. You don't even, same day delivery in that household.
That has to be done every day. So
every day.
So that's what I do before I leave for work. And so I drink my coffee. I go out on the porch if it's nice. I listen to the birds. I just sit there. Even if I have 2 minutes before I leave for work, I just need to go outside, look at the sun coming up. That's when it's nicer out. In the winter, it's a little challenging. I don't get to do that because it's dark and dreary and cold. So then I just pack my coffee up, take it in the car. But then I make my protein shake. So I usually do that too. I always have a protein shake, and that's like almost 50 grams of protein because I feel like that's important to have. And then I'm not hungry all morning until I eat lunch.
Okay.
And so for lunch, I pack a salad. A lot of times it could be avocado and hard-boiled eggs together. I'm not a big bread eater, so I'll put that on like maybe lettuce, or I'll just eat that plain, or mix in tuna fish, wild-caught tuna with it. But that's pretty much what I eat on a daily basis. And I always have an apple cut up and maybe a clementine. And that's what I eat. And I don't snack all day. And I don't snack at nighttime. I come home from work. First thing I do is get changed, take my work shoes off before I go in, and strip my clothes. And I run upstairs, put my workout clothes on because now I'm in a mode, and I go put a load of laundry either in the dryer or in the washer. And I unpack my lunch bag, wash those dishes up, get that ready for later to make my lunches again, start dinner, and then now I'm ready to go for my walk. And sometimes I ruck and sometimes I don't. It just depends on my mood. And I usually go 2 to 3 miles. That's what I usually do. I don't do anything less than that pretty much every day unless I have somewhere that I have to be. And then I'll go after when we get home from whatever it is, especially if we ate. I got to go for a walk.
And then what about your strength training?
So that I do 2 to 3 days a week. I'm trying to get really into that again because I used to do it early in the morning, but with my not sleeping at night, but now I'm just starting to sleep again. So it's been a year that I've been struggling, but I'm seeing a specialist for hormones. And the hormones are really helping me. I just started testosterone. I've been on it a month, and I see a big difference in my mood, in my energy level. I'm ready to go now. I feel like I'm back to the old Gina. I put on YouTube videos. I like to work out at home, and I do total body, and I do some weights, and I feel like I do a good job at that.
Yeah.
So I just try to maintain. I could use a little bit more because I felt like I lost some of my muscle tone because menopause is a real thing and it does change your body. That's one of my goals this summer is to get back to how I used to be. Mm-hmm. I want to be strong because I don't want to be an older person and be off balance.
And not be able to do things.
I don't want people taking care of me. So I want to try to be as strong as I can and active. Mm-hmm. And I really believe that the older you get doesn't mean you're declining. Mm-hmm. All right, you are, but there's a lot of older people out there that are pretty active. And I want to be that. I want to be able to be on the golf course carrying my own bag. I want to be on the pickleball court with agility and moving around. And if I fall, not breaking a hip or breaking a wrist because I want my bones to be strong. Mm-hmm. I asked my doctor just to give me a bone scan, a DEXA scan. And I'm 52 and my one primary, I switched. She's like, what do you need that for? I said, I'm perimenopausal. I'm going through the change of life. I want to see what my bone density is. I want to have strong bones.
Because at this point now it's when it exponentially declines.
Yes.
And you want to be as strong as you possibly can now.
Yeah, so you got to advocate for your own health and find a doctor or provider that will listen to you. Mm-hmm. And you really have to be on top of your own health because I feel like the medical field is a business. You see them for 5 minutes and they're rushing you out the door. And I'm a person, thank God, I educate myself and I'm not on medicine. I don't take anything. I don't have high blood pressure. I don't have high cholesterol and I don't have diabetes. And thank God for that. But I also work at that. Mm-hmm. And all those things, some people could get mad at me for saying this, but it's the God's honest truth. They're all preventable. You have to keep busy. You have to eat good and you have to have a good mindset. And I really believe that.
Where do you learn a lot of your wellness stuff? Because obviously you're a nurse, so you have a good backing on that. But also just how do you learn the lifestyle things that keep you as healthy as you are? Because it is shocking to see someone at your age that's not on any medication, not with any conditions. You are really healthy. Mm-hmm. So where do you learn it?
Books. Oh my God, you should see my living room filled with books. All health related. Also, good podcasters. I listen to a lot of doctors, naturopathics. I read a lot of naturopathic stuff. And that's how I learn it. Because we weren't really taught in nursing school. You had a little tiny course of nutrition.
And even that was my plate stuff, right? Not even...
Yeah, silly stuff.
Yeah.
So you really have to educate yourself and it takes work. And I'm not perfect. I don't want to come off like I'm all that because I'm not. But I just try to do what's good for me. Mm-hmm. And I think I'm doing a pretty damn good job at it.
That's a good point of doing what's good for you because even what's good for you changes in your lifestyle as your life changes. So I know you've gone through many phases of your workouts where you were waking up at 4 a.m., working out, doing this intense strength training routine, and now you're going through menopause, things are a lot different, your sleep is different. Instead of just giving it up altogether, you've been adapting and like really changing it and trying to figure out what feels good, what doesn't, experimenting with different types of workouts. You were doing yoga, like all that kind of stuff. Like, go talk about that, because I think that's important.
Back in the winter when I was feeling really sluggish and I was literally up all night long, my heart was racing, I was sweating, had the night sweats, hot flashes during the day. And I'm like, oh my God, I thought I was going crazy. And my mental health was really bad. And I just felt lazy and I did not feel like myself. I wanted to come home from work and take naps, and I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to move. And my poor fiance, he's very active and he weight trains. He does not miss a beat. Every morning, he's down in our basement, 4 o'clock, pumps iron hard. And he got a little upset with me. And he's like, how come you're not working out with me? I miss my partner. Because him and I met at a gym. And I do miss working out with him. I love him to pieces. And I miss it, but I just couldn't. How can you drag yourself downstairs at 4:15 in the morning when you're not sleeping all night? I wasn't sleeping. I thought I was going crazy. So I went to a naturopathic, a nurse practitioner. I had to pay out of pocket a lot of money, but to me, it's worth it. And now, finally, I'm on an estradiol patch. I do it twice a week. I just started that. I was once a week because my GYN told me once a week, but she said, no, you need to do it twice a week. So that has been helping. And then she gave me 5 milligrams sublingual testosterone that I take every morning. And my God, what a difference that has made me feel. And I also she upped my progesterone orally, 150 milligrams at nighttime. That is what gives you the calmness and less anxiety, because I was so anxious all the time. I thought I was really losing my mind. It's a real thing. But now I'm like 6 months into it, a month on testosterone, and I'm feeling so much better. So I just started upping my workouts, my weight training, and I'm starting to feel like myself again.
And you're listening to your body, and you're listening to how you feel.
So I don't do crazy stuff like I used to, lift real heavy weights, but maybe I'll get back to that again. Right now, I just do like 10 to 15 pounds, and I do 30-minute video on YouTube. I'll find one and I'll go downstairs and I'll follow her, and I feel so much better. My heart rate gets into the 140s because I watch that, and that's how you know that you're doing a good workout. I sweat and I feel good afterwards. So that is my new workout, and I do that when I'm working, after work, and then I do my walks. And now that summertime's here, I get up in the morning and I go for my walk, and then I'll do my weight training. So that's my whole thing. The first thing you got to do is, if you're off and you have time in the morning, you got to put workout clothes on and you got to say, I got to go. And you just got to do it, and then it's out of the way, and then you got the rest of your day to do stuff. But then now that it's nice out, I go for a walk in the evening too. I find that's helpful.
I love everything you just said, and I think it's really important for people to hear that, because I think we get it in our heads that we need to do a 6-time-a-week workout, biceps one day, triceps one day, this one day, that one day. But the lifestyle you live doesn't necessarily match that, whether it's because of menopause and how you feel, or maybe it's you just had a baby and you're postpartum and you're busy and you can't find time for yourself. Instead of feeling like you need to do 6 times a week, all these crazy things, twice a week for 30 minutes is going to do you way better than nothing at all.
Right.
Something is always going to be better than nothing. And really listening to your body. I like that you said when you work out and you strength train, you feel better afterwards. I did a whole episode about overtraining, but sometimes people push themselves too extreme that they feel worse after, and they're depleting themselves because they're not getting enough sleep or they're not eating properly, so they're not recovering well. And then you just feel even worse. And then you're not doing the things that you actually intentionally wanted to do. You're not seeing the benefits or seeing the results.
Well, I have to tell you a little side note. Cassidy introduced me to those Hoka sneakers.
Oh, yeah, Hoka's.
Oh my God, I thought they were the ugliest shoes ever. Well,
she hated them. She was hating on me.
And my feet were starting to hurt. And I'm like, she's like, Mom, you got to get these sneakers. And I'm like, but they don't look nice. Now I went out and bought 2 pairs. And oh my God, I went to Disney with our trip from school. And we put on like 25,000 steps a day. Now I'm used to walking. I do a minimum of 10 to 12,000 steps a day. 25,000, I could handle that, no problem. But everybody was complaining at their feet. Not me. I could go and go and go, and I felt like I was walking on a cloud.
Yeah, Hoka's really are the best sneakers.
So
they feel
I
like
got to
clouds.
shout out to them, because if you have bad feet or whatever, and your excuse is, my feet hurt, I can't walk, or your knees, they really do help.
Oh, yeah. And that's true. Like, if you really are trying to walk a lot or run a lot, make sure you have good sneakers, because that's important. That is like a non-negotiable.
And you want to keep those separate. Like, you want to keep your walking or workout shoes separate than your everyday sneakers. I really believe that, especially if you're a runner, and you should change them every few months, because it really does help.
Yeah, because you don't want your joints to take all that impact when you're doing all those miles and steps.
Yeah, and I'm a big fan on collagen supplements. I really believe that helps.
Yeah.
And turmeric every day.
Take us through your supplement stack, because you're the reason I'm into supplements, and I've talked about supplements on the podcast. So let's.
One thing about turmeric, I take that every morning as in a pill form. So I went off of it one time because I have knee issues. I was like, let me see if that helps. So I went off of it for 3 months. Don't you know, my knee pain and my back pain when I was working out started coming back. And I was like, oh, what a big difference. Because prior to that, I was taking Motrin and Advil, and that stuff is awful for your body, awful for your stomach. And it's just not good to take that stuff on a daily basis, maybe once in a while, but not every day. So I started taking my turmeric again, and oh my God, my joints felt so much better. So it really does help with inflammation.
Oh, yeah, and I can attest to that, because I started taking turmeric after my surgery for my ACL, and I saw a distinct difference in my swelling and my range of motion when I started taking it versus when I didn't. I increased my range of motion by 20 degrees after taking turmeric for 1 week. And turmeric's very natural. So
yeah, you could buy it in a food form. It looks like ginger almost. It's a root.
Yeah, but to get the amount that
it's
we
hard.
take in a supplement, you would have to take that whole spice cabinet.
Yeah. And then in the morning I take a B vitamin. I take Bone Boost, a calcium support for, to have strong bones. I take...
Can you take vitamin D?
Vitamin D3 every day. What else do I take?
And then you use protein powders,
powders, all clean products. I try to take all clean products. You want to read the labels on them. Anything that you don't understand on there, don't buy them. They should only have a few ingredients.
And the priority is still always getting it from your food as much as possible.
Yeah.
Like, rather than using protein powders as your food source, use them as a supplement the way that they're designed to be used.
Vitamin C, I take every day. The most important thing that you can do is educate yourself. You have to be an advocate for your own health. Everybody's individualized. You can't listen to social media and crazy ass TikTok. Influencers, whoever they are. I don't even have TikTok on my phone. I don't believe in it. I think a lot of this stuff is a scam. And I believe that a lot of those people are fake. They just say that they're doing certain things and they're really not.
Yeah.
Plus, it will cost a lot of money to follow all these things that they're doing and taking. I mean, it's just crazy to me, all the money that they're spending on certain products.
And how many of those products that they are sponsored by, you look them up and you're like, wait, this isn't even a good product. It has all these added ingredients. It has all this extra stuff in it. Or like some electrolyte packets that we're not going to name names of, but we see a lot of people taking. That's not suitable for every type of person, and yet it's advertised like every person should be taking these strong electrolyte packets every single day, even though they're sitting at home, working from home, not active.
Yeah, you need to be active. You need to be sweating and working out hard. You don't want to overdose and take too many of those supplements.
Yeah, it's just some things are just so extreme and unnecessary for certain people. Of course, certain populations need electrolyte packets and need all these different things that we see our sponsors, but you really have to be an advocate and not just follow things blindly because your favorite influencer said to buy it. Because even if it works for them and they're being honest about it, it might not work for you and it's not for you. But most of the time, these people have never even tried it and they're just telling you to buy it because they get a lot of money on these advertisements.
Yeah, so I say before you buy anything, research it.
No matter who's telling you about it, no matter how much you love that influencer, no matter how many people have talked about it, there are so many things that we've looked up that we're like, wait, why am I going to buy this? This is awful. And it sounds great. They're great at marketing.
But they're making money.
But they're making a ton of money. So, of course, they're going to say it. That's good advice, being an advocate.
I just try to buy organic. Even my vegetables, my fruits, I just try to buy organic. Now, in our area, we don't have really good grocery stores that sell it. But, I mean, you just got to try your best. Wash your produce as best you can.
And we go to the farmers markets when we can.
And we're lucky where we live. We have local farmers with their stands right there. So you got to wash everything. It's good to wash it. And you could put white vinegar on your lettuce and clean that way. So I'm just a firm believer and filter your water. I really believe in that. I'm not a big water bottle drinker. I try to stay away from that stuff.
The plastics. Xeno, estrogens. I try to watch the products that I buy and put on my skin. So I do spend some money on good moisturizers that are clean. After you research them yourself.
Yeah. Because I don't spend a lot of money on makeup. I wear mascara, eyebrow pencil, and that's pretty much it. And my moisturizer. I always moisturize my face. And when I'm in the sun, I always wear a hat and I cover my face up. I don't like the sun on my face.
But you like the sun on your skin.
Oh, yeah. I'm bad that way.
You don't hide from the sun. No, the sun's important for us, but gradually.
Yeah.
I feel like you have said so many tangible, awesome things that people can really relate to and also just take home and act upon. What's one more thing that you would say to people in their 20s or just people in general on how to live a really great life?
Have fun. Laugh. Be playful. Just because we're getting older doesn't mean we can't play anymore. Play games. Sit down on the floor with your kids and enjoy them. Go socialize with people. And if you have one good friend in life, that is a golden ticket right there. Just reach out to somebody and text them and say, hi, how are you? Just takes a second. If you really care about that person, you'll make time for them. We're all social beings, and I love to be social. I love to have people around me all the time. I'm fortunate that I have 3 great kids, so I'm never alone. But, there's a difference between being lonely and alone. I sure as hell am not lonely, thank God. But if you are lonely out there and you feel that way, there are so many different clubs out there that you can go join. Talk to somebody. There's apps nowadays on the phone that you could sign up, a meetup app. They have all kinds of activities that you can go meet. You can go meet people. And, there's book clubs out there. There's crocheting clubs. There's all kinds of things to meet people. And I really believe that having a social community makes us live longer and healthier. Think about the old elderly people out there. The ones that die young usually do not have a good social support system. They're alone, or lonely, I should say, not alone. Because when you're alone, it's different. You could be alone and happy, but you don't want to be lonely. If you have one good friend in life, I feel like that is so important for your well-being that you could just call that person up in the middle of the night and they will be there for you. You don't need a whole bunch of people. And in Facebook, they think that they have all these friends. Oh, I got 1,000 people that follow me. What does that mean? Can you call up one of those and ask them to come help you in the middle of the night if something was to go wrong? How many of them would show up on your doorstep?
Yeah.
Think about that for a minute. To me, that's all bullshit. I just enjoy the people that are in my life. And I cherish those moments, and I have a great time, and I have a good time.
And you have a great community around you.
And I have a great community. Mike and I really built up a really good friendship group. We're never bored. We always have a good time.
Yep. And you laugh a lot and you have fun and you don't take yourself so seriously.
Yeah.
Let loose. Who cares what people think about you?
Yep. I'm silly. I'm loud. I'm obnoxious sometimes, especially when I'm drinking. But if you don't like it, find another friend. I don't know what to tell you. I am not shallow. And the older I get, the less I'm not kissing anybody's ass anymore. I don't want to talk about people. I want to have a good time. And I want to do stuff and I want to be active. And that's my whole thing.
Yeah. And you find people that align with that.
Yeah.
Instead of just picking whoever just because they're there. That's good advice.
So if you could just have fun, try something new, do something new, meet new people, you'll have a good time.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being on the podcast. We finished this out. This was awesome. Thank you so much. I think it was really good.
I love you so much. You're a great girl.
Oh, I love
Best
you too,
daughter
Mom.
ever.
Let me know what you guys think on the Instagram at Nerdy and Flirty Pod or at Cass Camp. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll talk to you next week.
Bye.